grove, thou glowing shrine of thirst traps, scams, and dollar signs. We chant in tones both grim and low, for virtue fled a long time ago. Kyrie eleison, Christe descendat, final form Jesus return in wrath. With six-pack glistening, sword in hand, he cometh swift to cleanse the land.
Please don't be smexual. I pulled this headline, but now I'm terrified given how everything turns out when I pull it and don't read it first. I just learned you can do this with Jell-O, and I'll never look at a box the same again. God, please don't be something terrible. Food trends come and go, but Jell-O will outlive us all. In nearly 130 years, Jell-O hasn't had that much competition because it's gross and is what we call a waste of calories as a dessert. Look, you cannot change my mind, but I think that as a former fat kid, like, I've always been on the spectrum of fluffy, and as a former consumer of all of the fatty fat diabetes food, Jell-O is such a waste of a dessert. Jell-O is like what you eat when, like, you're in prison. Look, I hate Jell-O. If you can't tell, I'm not a fan. Like, certain times I like Jell-O, but as if I were offered, like, a piece of cake or Jell-O, never in the history of ever would I pick Jell-O. Well, how to make Jell-O glog. Oh, yeah, 'cause no, glog? A hot beverage, a warming fire will warm up any cold day. Unless there's booze in it, this isn't glog. This is warmed Jell-O? I I don't know. So it's a packet of Jell-O, any flavor, 3 cups of boiling water, a cinnamon stick, cloves, and an orange slice. Yeah, I mean, this is just mulled wine without the wine, and why are you gonna mull wine without wine? I no. I mean, now that I'm reading it, though, well, so I think warm Jell-O is, uh really supposed to be good for your throat. Actually, as someone who talks a lot, I probably should get some Jell-O and drink it. Um, you know, honestly, I think I've had 1 Jell-O shot in my life. Uh, I don't know if you guys realize this, but let me kinda do my timeline of my life because I think it'll make sense. So, 21, I was married, but I was trying to be an adult. 22, I had my first kid, still trying to be an adult. And then every year after that, about 2 years every 2 years after that, I would have another child. So I never did the kind of going out, having parties, that kinda thing person. I just kind of had a bunch of kids. So I will say that I've never really had Jell-O shots. I've had them once, I think, and I think my mom tried to make them. I'm also such a lightweight, that's the other thing. I don't drink all that much, so then when I do drink, I it doesn't take long for me to go to nap time mo, pretty much. But there you go. Apparently, you can make warm Jell-O, and it's good for your sore throat. So apparently this is sort of a thing from certain, communities, making warm Jell-O when you're sick, so it'll coat your throat. I mean, sounds pretty good. Oh, wow. Hey, Joe, that's awesome. Ooh, a Rush concert? I am jealous. I mean, to be fair, I know I can't do concerts now, but if okay, so if I had a bucket list and I could go see any concert, I'd like to see a more intimate setting with Counting Crows, and there's this new artist, Steven Wilson Jr., that I'd love to see in a more quiet setting but really loud noises, not my thing. Yeah, Broken Baker, they're trying to give us, wine or glog made out of Jello, which I said was a crime. Like, I'm pretty sure this is not gonna change my feelings on Jello. Well, because it sounds like something my son would do, let's figure out why the six-year-old doesn't wash his hands at school. I'm sure it's a very good reason, like they don't have soap or it's not your problem. Uh, Danny Greenwald's son Teddy didn't wash his hands at school, but don't worry, he had a reason. He's just too handsome. I'm willing to listen to this logic. In a now viral video that she shared on TikTok, the Kansas-based mom of 3 captured the hilarious moment when she asked her 6-year-old son Teddy why he hadn't washed his hands after using the restroom after school. "Teddy, didn't someone tell you today, you didn't wash your hands because you're too handsome?" Or I'm sorry, no, "Teddy, did you tell someone today that you didn't need to wash your hands because you're too handsome?" She asks her son sitting in the car. He says, "Yes, I am too handsome." I mean, there you go. It is an answer. Sounds like something my Farrell would say. Now Greenwald tells people that the minute she walked into the school, she was alerted by a school official about what happened that day with her son, Teddy. As soon as I walked in for pickup, the school's HR coordinator stopped me and said, "You have to hear what Teddy did." He was laughing before he could even finish the story. We ended up laughing together because that's exactly who Teddy is. He has a huge personality and loves making people smile. He is the youngest, most feral. Now, the mom of 3 explains that she wasn't surprised that her son doubled down on his claims, but was a little taken aback at how confident he was in his answers. "I wasn't surprised, but I didn't expect him to double down so confidently and that quickly. He was very proud of himself, and honestly, I have no idea where he gets that from. He just has a big personality and really stands by whatever he thinks is funny." When Greenwald asked her son why exactly he didn't wash his hands, Teddy said, "He did have a relatively understandable answer. He told me he already had hand sanitizer, so in his mind, he didn't think he needed to. But really, he thought it was just funny and he wanted to make his teacher laugh." Sounds like a mini me. Like, there's the correct answer and then there's the funny answer. And the funny answer always wins. That's just how it is. So there you go. Uh, Proof that youngest, most ferals walk among us. You might even be married to one. You might be one. And hopefully you grew up just a little bit so your mom doesn't have all the gray hair. Because when my kids ask me why I'm crazy, I'm gonna be able to tell them, "Well, it's it's you." And finally, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm okay to be a Genlennial. Apparently, Gen Z is skipping the horizontal mambo and doing this instead. Well, it's safe to say that Gen Z, the generation born between 1997 and 2012, well, certainly is health conscious. They're not drinking, they're not having the smexy time. So what are they doing? Well, according to a survey, at least 67% of Gen Zers say that a restful night of sleep is more important than a good smexy time. To which I say, have you ever had a good smexy time? Like, no joke. I mean, it's not the end all be all of a relationship, but have you ever had like a really good, fun smexy time? Because I just think you haven't had one. Because if you did, now the problem is that sex actually is much better when you know, like, and love the person. So that might be like a hookup isn't really like that much fun, but like when you can laugh at a person like in between and go like get a snack. I'm just saying, have you tried it? Pretty fun. I mean, I don't know that I should be the poster person for it, but I do have 6 kids. I mean, it's not like I didn't enjoy the hobby. It was terrible. I done it 6 times, and I intend to never do it again. To be fair, though, I mean, at this point in my life, it is a toss-up between, like, a full night of sleep, like, I don't get up to use the restroom or covered in night sweats, or a full night of smexy time. Like, it is more of a toss-up now. I'm just gonna tell you that for most of my life, I would forgo sleep. Like, now is the only time where I'd be like, "Sleep?" It's even a passing consideration for all the things that millennial and Gen Zers don't have, you know? I lucked out. There you go. Well, apparently they're getting a good night's rest, so when they take over from us, they should be well rested. Won't that be great? And sexually frustrated. I'm sure that that'll work